Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. In this video, I will explain about Java code coverage theory. Java code coverage shortcut is JaCoCo. So, JaCoCo used to measure how many lines of code are executed during test cases running. This is the first point. Second point is it will show in to increase the size 18. It will show in percentage percentage percentage. Most of companies most of companies prepared prepared JUnit prepared JUnit test cases to achieve 80% code coverage to achieve 80% code coverage. By default sonar cube requires 80% code coverage by default. SonarQube cut off code coverage required. So we can cut this cut off code coverage required 80%. So see, JaCoCo used to measure how many lines of code are executed during test cases running. This is the first point. It will show in percentage code coverage will show in, you can change, it will show in percentage. Most of companies prepared Jane test cases to achieve, you can change to better to 85 code coverage. So code coverage will show in percentage. Most of the companies prepared Jane test cases to achieve 80% code coverage. So you can change to like this. By default, SonarQube cutoff code coverage required 85%. See, these are the three important points related to Java code coverage. So Java code coverage is used to measure how many lines of code are executed during test cases running. This is the first point. Code coverage will show in percentage. Most of companies prepare Jane test cases to achieve 85% code coverage. By default, SonarQube cutoff code coverage required so 80%. So these are the three important points about Java code coverage. So Java code coverage is used to measure how many lines of code are executed during test cases running. Code coverage will show in percentage. Most of companies prefer Jane test cases to achieve 85% code coverage. By default, SonarQube cutoff code coverage code coverage requires 85%. See, I am repeating another time. This is most important. 3 bullet points about Java code coverage. Java code coverage shortcut is JaCoCo. JaCoCo used to measure how many lines of code are executed during test cases running. Code coverage will show in percentage. Most of companies prepared Jane test cases to achieve 85% code coverage. By default, SonarQube cutoff code coverage requires 80%. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.